Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family, because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling.
Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves. What you are about to hear is not a story from fiction, nor a tale designed for entertainment. This is real, raw, and deeply human. A hidden video has surfaced, shedding light on the final 3 days of Menglong. Days filled with unimaginable pain, betrayal, and a fight for survival that will forever change how the world remembers him. This unseen recording does more than reveal tragedy. It exposes the unshakable spirit of a man who refused to surrender, even in the darkest hours of his life. When rumors first began to circulate, they seemed like whispers in the dark, fragments of speculation that could neither be proven nor silenced. For weeks, countless voices debated what had really happened in Menglong's final days. Some clung to the hope that the truth was simpler, less devastating than imagined. Others suspected that something far darker had been buried from public view. Yet no one, not even the most skeptical or cynical, could have anticipated the revelations that the unseen video would bring to light. What was once a mystery clouded in uncertainty suddenly became a piercing reality, a story that could no longer be denied. The recording was not polished, not meant for public consumption, but raw, grainy, and devastating in its authenticity. Hidden within encrypted files, buried beneath falsified records and misleading documents, it might have remained lost forever had investigators not searched deeper. Its discovery was an accident of persistence, a moment that would alter the course of the trial and the understanding of an entire nation. What this recording captured was more than evidence. It was a testament to the fragility of life and the terrifying reach of cruelty when wielded by those with power. As the footage begins, Menglong appears weakened but unbroken. His eyes, though dimmed by exhaustion, still flash with the stubborn fire of defiance. His voice, cracked and hoarse, carries words that reverberate with dignity. "I didn't deserve this. You have no right." In that moment, he is not merely a victim. He is a man refusing to surrender the essence of who he is. The shadows that surround him loom like specters, voices taunting, mocking, attempting to strip him of his identity. Yet every word he speaks pushes back against the suffocating weight of oppression. The build-up of the video is not just about physical restraint or visible injuries. It is about the psychological war waged against a human spirit. Every second of that footage exposes the tension between despair and resilience, between cruelty and courage. The unseen recording transforms Menglong's final hours into a profound statement about the strength of will. What the world sees in those early frames is not just suffering. It is the unyielding spark of resistance that no amount of cruelty could extinguish. And it is this spark that would later ignite the collective conscience of millions across the globe. The second phase of the footage shifts into a more haunting rhythm, one that makes the struggle of Menglong both unbearable to watch and unforgettable to remember. His body, already weakened, shows signs of rapid decline. His lips are parched, his breathing shallow, his movements slowed by exhaustion. Yet even as the physical toll grows clearer with every frame, what stands out most is the resilience in his spirit, the quiet but unyielding defiance that refuses to be erased. He is a man pressed to his limits, but never willing to surrender the truth that burns within him. The recording captures moments that are painful to witness not only because of the cruelty inflicted, but because of the persistence of hope that lives within him. When he whispers, "If I die here, the truth will still come out," it is not merely a statement of resignation. It is a declaration of faith. Faith that lies cannot endure forever. Faith that justice has a way of emerging even through silence and shadows. These words would later echo across the courtroom and spread beyond its walls, becoming a rallying cry for those demanding accountability. Around him, the behavior of his captors reveals the cold calculation of cruelty. A bottle of water is deliberately dangled just out of his reach, a mockery of his suffering, a reminder of how helpless he has been forced to become. Every gesture, every sneer, every taunt is designed not just to injure his body but to dismantle his mind, to strip him of dignity and force him into submission. And yet, he refuses. Each refusal, no matter how small, becomes an act of rebellion, a reminder that the human spirit can resist even in chains. Perhaps the most chilling element of this portion of the video is the precision with which the torment is orchestrated. At one point, a figure steps into view, calm, composed, almost clinical in his instructions. He directs the others not with rage, but with detached authority, as though inflicting suffering were part of a calculated plan. The absence of emotion, the mechanical tone, is more terrifying than anger could ever be. It strips away any illusion that what is happening might be the result of chaos or impulse. This is deliberate, structured, designed to leave marks unseen yet deeply felt. What resonates through these harrowing minutes is the tension between collapse and endurance. Menglong's body falters, but his words, his defiance, his unbroken will, remain. The footage does not simply show struggle. It reveals the essence of courage under fire, the flicker of humanity that no cruelty could extinguish. It is this flicker, faint but unwavering, that would one day set hearts ablaze far beyond the confines of that darkened room. The moment the unseen video ended, the courtroom was transformed into a place of stunned silence. For a heartbeat, it was as if time itself had stopped. The air grew heavy, pressing down on everyone present, and the screen's final dark frame seemed to hang in the minds of all who had watched. Reporters who had spent their careers documenting wars, disasters, and tragedies sat frozen, their pens resting motionless on paper. Some had their mouths covered in disbelief. Others stared blankly ahead as though unable to comprehend the weight of what they had just witnessed. Even the seasoned journalists who prided themselves on resilience were stripped bare of composure, shaken by the rawness of the images. Then came the sound of muffled sobs. At first it was faint, then it spread through the gallery like a ripple on water. Mothers clutched their children tightly, fathers clenched their fists in anger, and strangers who had never spoken before leaned into one another in shared grief. The pain that Menglong had endured became collective, as if each person present carried a fragment of his suffering within their own hearts. Tears flowed not only for the actor himself but for the cruelty of the injustice, for the reminder of how fragile life and dignity could be in the face of corruption and betrayal. The most heart-wrenching scene unfolded when his mother, already frail from months of grief, collapsed upon hearing her son's final words played in the chamber. "Tell my mother I love her." That sentence, spoken by her son with his last strength, struck her like a physical blow. She screamed in agony, the sound piercing the hall, and then fell faint in the arms of relatives. The photo of her child slipped from her trembling hands, landing face up on the cold marble floor. It was an image that etched itself permanently in the memory of everyone who saw it, a symbol of both devastation and unbreakable maternal love. Outside the courthouse, the transformation was just as profound. Protesters who had filled the streets with shouts and chants fell into a somber hush as news spread of the video. Raised fists lowered, candles were lit, and an ocean of quiet grief swept through the crowds. Across cities and nations, the echoes of Menglong's final words united strangers into one voice of sorrow and outrage. The unseen video did more than reveal pain. It ignited a movement, binding people across cultures and continents with a shared demand for justice and a solemn vow that his suffering would never be forgotten. This unseen video has become more than evidence. It is now a symbol of cruelty exposed, of truth that cannot be buried, and of a man's spirit that continues to inspire even in death. Menglong's ordeal reminds us that injustice may hide, but it cannot remain in darkness forever. His final 3 days are not just about suffering. They are about resilience, love, and a legacy that calls for accountability. His story unites strangers across nations, cultures, and generations in one simple but powerful truth. Humanity must never look away. And now we turn to you. How did this story touch you? What do you believe the world should take away from Menglong's struggle? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your voice matters. Thank you for watching Update X24H, where we bring you stories that move hearts and shape conversations worldwide. If this video touched you, please hit the like button, share it with others, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel so you never miss the updates that matter most. Together, let us honor you Menglong's legacy, not as a tale of despair, but as a testament of courage, love, and the unbreakable human spirit. Subscribe now to Update X24H. Stay inspired, stay informed, and help us shine light on the stories the world must never forget.